Hello, everyone, and welcome to Storm King Cinder. It's been a while, guys. It's good to see you again. We had an unfortunate delays due to me having to move location for work for a few weeks, but I'm now back home, and I'm going to be back home for a good few months at the very least. So, to say it now, we are going to be down one Rav, so we no longer have our beloved cleric. He's so. The party might have to start playing smarter in regards to stop clumping up so my big spells can hit you. But besides that, we no longer will be having him for a while. Bit unfortunate, but as is the way of things. So then, ladies and gentlemen, who would like to discuss what happened last session?
Oh shit, are you turning this against me?
I can do this
I
if
mean,
you like.
he did warn us, girls.
Basically,
It was a very big battle that didn't really end that well.
Would you like me to do the recap?
Sure, if you're offering.
Sure. You wanna? Go ahead.
Alright, well, we're in a fight with, one of Zero's creations, big werewolf-looking guy, and a bunch of other people to save one of our lovely tiefling sisters who was being held hostage. We managed to save her all right, but not without some serious incident. We were sort of outgunned, and a dragon showed up and took the evil mastermind, and my old werewolf creation buggered off. Meanwhile, our elf was decapitated. A little bit of stitching here and there.
You're not to edit that, Blue. That is still outplinned.
Carry on, Nemo, sorry.
Discord
as Blue just says, we were outmanned, outnumbered, and outplinned.
Geralt makes the best plins! Misheard how much the lyrics.
Hashtag blend.
And I sewed his head back on, possibly even the right way. And that's where we currently are, chilling in Netherwinter. Did I miss anything?
You missed something that your character wouldn't know. In regards to Barris Valoran's return, he did have a mark, a symbol had just been burnt into his skin on his left shoulder.
Yes.
The symbol of Timora.
That's right.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of
fortune,
luck.
I believe.
Yes, the goddess of fortune and everything lovely, and the goddess just seems to keep coming back to save your asses.
Goddess has been very kind to us in our lives.
Yes, she has. And the symbol is a face-up coin. And the face on it is Timora's. Well, something that looks like Timora's. Zoom this time. So then.
I rushed to type that, I'd put in a question mark rather than an exclamation mark. Sorry, carry on.
So, my wonderful naughty children. You find yourselves within a small tavern. A tavern more or less directly controlled by the Harpers, with Roman Nomrin's cousin Nico being the barista and main benefactor of it. You are back resting. Amongst you is still Sildar Hallwinter, Legacy, Faith, and Hope. As you guys are in this moment, you're all still rushed with shock. Adrenaline is hitting all your systems. And what would you like to do?
Zero would like to go up to Ashk and says, I would like a word with you.
Fine. Word away, Zero.
Let's go over to the corner of the room.
Okay.
You're okay. You're playing a tired character.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Tired mum plays, tired mum.
Tired frog mum. Okay.
Let's talk over here, if you don't mind. And I gesture over to the corner of the inn.
You motion her towards the edge of the inn. Just one of the corners. The inn by his Sildar had essentially cleared it out by the moment he stepped in as you guys brought back the body of Aris Valorin. And to give you an idea, you laid him upon a table. He is now breathing. If he's conscious, he's barely conscious. You're not sure if he can hear you or not. And there is blood everywhere, as you did bring a body which was still bleeding.
Yep, I'm probably covered in it.
Varys, you are pale as all hell. Yes, you are definitely covered in blood.
I grab either like a tablecloth or a curtain or something and throw it over him because for some reason I can remember that he is naked.
He is
I remember.
naked
I
because he got
remember
disintegrated,
actually
but he survived.
summoning a lotus in order to cover up.
Druidcraft.
The Lotus of Eve, the Lotus of Adam.
Dash, just confirm.
Indeed.
My clothes and armor that got disintegrated, so...
Your clothes were disintegrated because your clothes weren't magical, but anything you have magical on you still have.
But stuff
the way,
like
I'm
my
taking
bag,
notes.
my necklace, is it just gonna be literally my clothes?
Okay, if it's not magical, you got point blanked by a
What is it?
disintegration ray. Gone.
Oh god, my glass eye. Too soon.
Aww.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Oh,
Aww.
Your character has got the shit kicked out of him.
Okay.
casually.
You lost an
erases
eye, you
the
put one
eye from
in,
the
everything.
sketch.
That is a gift, though.
There's another dick.
I miss Cothris.
There's no access 2 points of trauma in one day.
So, Nemo and Ash, Zero and Ash to a corner.
So, after that, it seems like an appropriate time to ask, why are you here?
I've been asking myself the same question for the past few months, Zero. Ever since the landslide. The cave-in, sorry. I'm tired. Sorry.
Well, the question
That's
you
all
might
in
need to
character.
No. Nothing else. That's all me, sorry.
Well, it's a question you might need an answer to, especially with your girlfriend there just having her sister kidnapped. She might be the next one, or the next one to be decapitated. And we might not be able to bring her back, or anyone else for that matter.
I would almost say you're being overly negative in this situation, Zero. We've only just managed to get one of our members alive. And trust me, I'm feeling as guilty as all hell about that right now.
I'm not feeling guilty about it, and I'm not being particularly negative, but I'm not sure if you're aware, but when I joined this group, I was basically getting paid to study this giant problem. But what this is becoming is not a problem, as a druid would see it. This is just a war. As far as my studies have indicated, there is no absence of balance here. There's just giants taking over. Humans seem to be in charge at the moment, or other humanoids. Giants ruled once before, they'll rule again, no doubt. And quite frankly, if we're going into this as a war, well, you can no more win a war than you can win an earthquake. All more appropriate being what happened to all your dwarf kin when we foolishly charged in. My
Sorry,
point being...
I'm giggling. That in this.
My point being that this isn't a nature issue. And I'm not even entirely sure this is any of our fights. I'm here because I am very determined to pay my debts. Not that I need to, but I want to. After all, relationships like friendships or anything else is a two-way street. I want to give at least once before no debt's held between people. But you being so into the balance, I've got to ask, why are you here?
Ashka very, very patiently takes a very deep, deep sigh and says, "Before I met this team, I was wandering around the wilderness, wondering why I was still alive. And yes, the balance is very, very important to me, but another thing is, and that is the well-being of my friends. I've been with for some time now, and my loyalty towards them is never-ending. Part of without my oath, I'm incredibly lost, and without them, I would have nothing. So I stay with them because I have nowhere else to go other than home. I can't say, even though this little piece of ink here will definitely help in some ways, but I still feel that there are many back home who would not welcome me with open arms still. So I stay here because this is where I feel most welcome, and this is what I aim to protect. The balance in this sense favors more towards these people and maintaining the life in which they are most important to them. This is what I aim to protect. Smiles of this war, as you so call, will erase.
Well, it is a war, make no mistake. Giants ruling over the land is hardly a disbalance. But I'm glad you have a reason, because that may become important when half of us are laying dead in a pool of our own blood. There won't be time to hesitate. Having said all that, hopefully none of us will die. As unlikely as that may be.
Ashka throws a very, very dark shade over towards Varys.
Anyway, if you excuse me, I'm going to see if I can makeshift up some sort of eye for him. Maybe an olive will work. And he wanders off.
I'll Olive live to see that.
Boo!
Boo!
And you ruined it.
The entire bar looks at you. Boo. Except
Uh.
Legacy. Legacy doesn't boo you.
There, I liked it. Then again, he's the guy who's about to try and replace his friend's eye with an olive.
Well, your friend
Roman's
has
go-
both his eyes.
It was
He just
glass
kept
eye
the,
in a necklace.
kept the old eye as a memento.
It was like a
Ew.
necklace with like a cage on it, and then the eye was in the cage.
Ew. Gooey.
No, it was a.
It's a glass eye.
It was a it was a glass eye.
It was a glass eye.
Yeah, but I was thinking the old eye.
The old eye got destroyed.
That was.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
Javelin.
Ew.
You have to blame Loyalty or Legacy for that. Sorry. That one. Blame that one for that. The other one that I was like,
Roman's-
make a strength chip. Out goes the eye.
Roman's going to walk over to Nico and Hush Hush, and then walk off into a back room.
Mm-hmm. He gives you an espresso as you go.
Go to the bowling
Yeah, in the
alley.
back room to go bowling.
Yes. Would you make the same joke?
Yes.
Okay. As you guys are doing this, Sildar is half out the door most of the time, looking up in the air as if he's waiting. And a few minutes pass as you guys discuss, and eventually you see, you hear sound of a hippogriff, one that you heard before, and you see Rockfin has landed. The gun currently being thrown over her back is currently steaming, and the end of it is basically boiling hot. And she speaks quietly to him before steps back inside. They've lost him.
Doesn't surprise me.
They closed the gates of the city, and he lifted them up and walked out underneath them. Wherever he is now, he's always going to be a threat, I think.
No doubt. Any luck finding the papa?
That's the one we're referring to.
Yeah, Nezanov flew off on a dragon. He didn't walk under a gate.
No.
Righto.
Yeah, he flew off with a black dragon carrying him out. And no
Did
one
you
could
see
stop
which
that
way
thing.
it went?
East.
Worth noting.
Which means you have the entire country to go look.
Yep.
Yep.
Still better than the entire ocean.
And you can tell he's frustrated, bloodied, and more or less just tired. And he is looking constantly back over. Legacy doesn't seem to be talking to anyone, is just focusing on Hope entirely, and Hope is still... While there was the adrenaline rush of the actual fight, now that you're out of it, Hope seems very just still, quiet, shook. You guys hear from the back room, as we hear something hitting a bunch of wood and them bouncing about the place.
Should we go?
You see her along rolling.
I just holler out. Are you dead in there?
Too soon. Too soon.
I'm just laying there, just not talking. So I'm
Does anyone? Do I get any response to whether
Oh,
or not
yeah.
they're dead?
I literally say too
Yeah.
soon.
To let you know as well, you have 4 of exhaustion.
yes.
Because you had your head sewn back on.
I think because the spell that was used gives you like a shit ton of exhaustion anyway. So.
Yeah, it does. That and you've
Heal's
had
work
your
is
head
never
fucked.
done. Let me check on the gnomes, see if they're still in one piece. I go to the back room and knock. Any answer?
Nope.
All right, I'm coming in.
Hey, what are you doing? You can't go at that!
Who's talking to me?
Nico,
Nico.
Nico.
as he prods you with one of his peg leg, like one of his long poles that he has under his feet, just to make sure he can stand at the height of a human. He just waves at you. Meow!
Oi! I just gotta check, make sure the gnome didn't blow
He's
himself
fine!
up.
Go away! That's the alchemist said.
Fine. That's all I want to know.
Have a
I got
decaf!
Varus to attend to.
Have a decaf! And he just pushes a cup over to you.
No thanks. Hey,
Oh,
Varus! Do you like my new look? I call it Your Blood.
He's still unconscious, dude.
No, I'm conscious.
He's barely conscious.
Oh, okay.
If he can respond, he can barely respond.
I just grunt.
Didn't know they were joining the game. Okay.
Hey.
I'm gonna just keep tending to Varus.
Okay, what you do?
I attempt to stop him, but physically can't.
You physically can. It's just like one of those hands. It's like a weak kitten. I'm like, nah.
I like to imagine he reaches up his hand and grabs me on the face, and I just continue my work regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Blue.
Okay, drink some of this. There we go. And snort some of this.
I'm not,
Okay, fine, I'll just
Oh,
shove it up my
lovely.
nose.
I'm not
Sounds
doing
like my last Friday.
Annie?
Wah, wah.
No.
Wah, 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 wah.
Don't smell that again.
Play nice, Varus, while you're getting this medicine rectally.
Oh, God.
He
God!
drinks it very easily for you. He's cooperating. And you guys watch. There's Glory sat to the window as well. She's just peering out. Constantly on the lookout.
I don't say anything, but I just sort of walk up and stand next to Glory. And then after a while, I sort of poke at her arm.
Glory takes longer than she should to respond. She's like, "Yeah, Kirok, sorry, do you need me?"
Kirok doesn't respond, she just sort of nestles in close.
And Glory just kind of like pats her. She's still keeping an eye out the window just to make sure. She's basically on like heightened awareness. Like she's keeping an eye out to make sure nothing else happens.
Mm-hmm. Just tell by being even near her that she's definitely angry, definitely agitated at everything.
Mm-hmm. That's all
And
I
it's after a period, Legacy just begins speaking up. I'm going to have to stay here a while with this one. Being used for a simulacrum is, when so many are made in such a short period of time, it's very taxing. Yeah, she's not going anywhere, and I'm not going anywhere for a while either. I'm going to take care of her.
If you need a hand,
No, you have your own tasks to do. You've got giants to stop. No matter what else
your
happens.
family.
No matter what happens, I thank you for what you've done for me and for my family. I'm within your debt for the remainder of my life. Make no mistake. But you have your own tasks to do. We'll help what way we can. But aside from trying to research where Gregor is, trying to research Nezanar, trying to turn the Harper's attention on making sure those two are as busy as possible so they can't bother you, and simultaneously that any information we get on any of the giants we pass to you. But for now, I'm not leaving her. She steps a little bit away from her, and Faith stays with Hope, tending to her a bit, and she speaks quietly to you all. If there had been any more times, it wouldn't have killed her, but it would have broken her. She would have shattered. Mentally, spiritually, her mind would have been gone. This is a slow process to bring her back from this. Only if people are willing to become a simulacrum, make a copy identical of themselves. Sometimes sorcerers do it to themselves. An additional sorcerer of power to use. But doing it that many times in such a short period is dangerous, and for long periods is very dangerous. It has to be a very strong person to survive that. And I love her, but she needs to rest now. Going anywhere. However, when I do find information, you'll be the first to know. And if you want to find them, you'll just follow the charred corpses until I get to Nezanar. He will pay for what he's done to my child. He will pay for what he's done to Varys. All of you.
Yep.
I'll make him bleed. For
I
every
know you will.
he's done to you. But I'm not going to rob you of the satisfaction of killing the son of a bitch. This time we'll make sure he stays dead. I might even consult with the wizards about a plan. It's a dangerous thing, but from the highest tier of magic, it's next to impossible for an individual wizard or sorceress to perform the spells. There's a chance if enough powerful sorcerers work together, certain spells are capable of being cast. With great material component costs as well, but there are spells that we could perform to drag Nezanar right to us. open up a portal and pull him right through, but it would be taxing, dangerous, and for now the resources are better spent elsewhere. Much as I want to do nothing more than tear him apart, he's a distraction. I know a pawn when I see one. A dangerous pawn, but a pawn. I don't think he's going to get Gregor back on his side, though. I saw the look that monster had when that dragon hit him with the acid as well. That's a grudge. Who knows, maybe we're lucky and he'll eat him.
Wouldn't that be fortunate?
Wouldn't it just? But now, you're all going to go to rest. All of you. Going to rest, going to get up tomorrow, and you're going to continue your duties. Going to continue your duties and working to destroy the Giant Lords. Continue on what you were doing before. The relics, the artifacts. Find them. Find the clues you need to help you bring down these bastards. Tear them out of the sky, rip them from the ground, and turn their lava to coal. Where I can, I'll help. Make no mistake, once you go for Zalto, I'll be there. And you have friends, and she looks towards Sildar, Fed, and the few others in the room. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask. But you are the most capable group that we have currently, not to sound negative, at our disposal. I wish you luck, much as I can. Now, have a little something to eat and drink, and go to bed. Mother's orders.
Meanwhile, Zero's in the background poking Varys's foot with a dagger, saying, "Can you feel that? What about that?"
Yes.
You can feel it.
Yep. That is a
Good
question.
news, everybody! He spies in the right direction.
We came. We went to the battle in disguise, like actual physical disguises, right?
Yeah, they
I think
came
it
with,
broke when
You literally threw them off. You did the anime throwing them.
Okay, they were like
That's
over our
rocket
clothes. Okay.
I'm also going to cast this to detect poison on disease on anyone, since what was going on there.
Oh fuck! That's just reminded me of something. Jesus.
Okay.
Do I detect any poison or disease wandering around the inn? Because I go around and just sort of
Check
hover around
everybody.
like a metal detector over everybody.
There may or may not be anything in the.
I mean, besides all the stuff behind the bar
in
and
the coffee.
in the back room.
You're smart enough not to look inside the bar or behind the bar for stuff. Besides that, no, everyone seems good.
Even the alcohol would be considered poison.
Oh yeah, that thing goes off like a fucking fire show for your like detection. Like that is a beacon that
Yeah,
just blazes.
alcohol.
Basically. And you guys continue this and till there's a small point where Hirok, you feel a hand over your shoulder just move you away from everyone else, and it is Legacy.
Oh.
She sits down facing you. And she just looks at you for 10, 15 seconds dead in the eyes. Who hurt you? I know a mother's grief when I see one.
Garrick just deflates, all the feathers just completely droop and flatten. It was her in the castle in the sky.
Let's let Legacy make a history check.
Holy fuck. Okay.
Dang!
She's got a plus 13. She doesn't fuck about.
Jesus.
Yeah, she rolled a 15. She rolled a 15 and an 18. Jeez. She thinks for a small period of time. Sansuri. She makes a small image in her hand, and you see the image you've seen. I think you've seen before.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to show it again. She makes that design in her hand.
Kirok visibly flinches away.
As you flinch, she moves it away. She robbed you. Not of value, but a part of you. Part of your being. And she just puts a hand over your forehead.
Sometimes it feels like there's nothing left to take.
But you've everything to give. You're going to be okay. Got the right people with you.
I know that.
When you take her on, you're going to be ready. I know it. She's dangerous and she's a magic user. I only know that. She definitely has... I'm telling you this because it's a taboo. And I respect you and trust you that you won't. She's young children. They're to stay unharmed. You're better than her. But I know stories of her. Even the consideration of a threat to them, and she will break. She will do whatever you say. You tell her to back off, stop doing what she's doing, just on the threat of them alone. It will. Trust me. And she has her brother, who loves them like they're his own children. He's as protective of her as anything else. But he'd bleed for them in a heartbeat. He's a good man. Next to a very powerful person he doesn't have control over. He can be reasoned with. I've had dealings before.
Are they... Are they in the castle as well?
Yes. She keeps them with her at all times. And there's been news from people who scout. We've a few people that are fond of the air. Not your ilk, but others. They hear roars, screams from that. The dragon's screams. She's captured someone. Who we don't know. She's captured someone. So there's definitely an aid and an asset on that castle. If things have to turn violent and you have to find him. Find this dragon. Definitely gonna want to help. But I know him. I know her brother. He'll keep the children away. She won't even risk harm coming to them. But you will have to face ballistas, soldiers, giants. And make an insight check.
Ooh.
I'll give you advantage on this. Said it before you rolled, so you can do it again.
Whew.
Thankfully, she's not proficient in deception. She is about to speak further, but there's this moment of hesitation where she has her hand up as she's speaking and just looks at it and kind of doesn't make eye contact with you.
What is it?
She looks to everyone else in the room. Her hands floor again in an arcane design. And you see a male Aarakocra, wielding a spear, black feathers, that changed to be a fluorescent color, a rainbow design, back to black, back to fluorescent. And then you see 2, 8, 16. She's used one of your kin as a simulacrum. If they're still alive, I don't know. The records of how many there were, if he's still alive, he's the strongest person I know. Just from the amount of times that this had to have.
He was the strongest person I knew.
She has that moment of recollection and regret as she puts 2 and 2 together.
How long have you known this?
To be fair, I've not even had much time to speak to you. I knew this about a year, maybe a year and a half ago, but this was details of an Aarakocra. I had no reason to connect it to you. But your kin is so fragmented when you are not on this plane, I could only associate, maybe. I don't want you going up there without at least knowing what you're going to be walking into. If this... I even regret saying this, but you need to know that. You need to know. Sorry. And she kind of puts her hands out for you to pull you close.
She hugs her tightly.
She's got her hand over the back of your head. Muffle, you'll be okay. At this point, she wasn't even trying to whisper, so everyone else, you were listening to this conversation. It was the only real conversation going on, so even if you were focused on other things, you were listening to this, whether or not. The only person I say who didn't hear it was Roman, who was busy working in the back room. She puts her hands to either one of your shoulders and looks you dead in the eye, lifting your beak up so that you face her directly. You're stronger than you know. Far stronger. You'll be okay. She just gives you a little kiss on the beak before getting back up and returning over to her daughter.
Character sort of like stands perfectly still, like doesn't move for several minutes.
Okay. And at this point, the back room opens up, and a slightly younger, slightly taller, floating Roman. Uh-oh. Did we lose someone?
Curls?
Yeah, we
Uh-oh.
lost Curls.
Oh, if she missed
dear.
that. Oh, if she missed that. Oh,
Ooh.
Oh boy,
that'd be fun.
that's one to rewatch.
So yeah, that information I've held since, well, you gave me the character idea.
Welcome back, girls.
Welcome back, girls.
What a great time for the university to decide to switch my Wi-Fi provider over.
Please tell me, please let me know when you dropped out.
I'll message you.
Okay. Because there's, by the way, the information that was happening between Legacy and Kirok, you would have heard.
Ooh,
Yeah, there was
I
an
was
info
taking
drop.
notes so I could hear that.
There was an
You could hear
info
it?
drop.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, you matched up in time, then you're fine. Legacy gets up and went back over to her daughters, and Kirok is now sat there, stood just perfectly still, as Roman comes out looking slightly younger, slightly taller,
And floating?
and floating. He's floating about 5 feet off the ground. But less than I have control of my flight, and more like a bobble in the air. Like legs are going up to down, like he doesn't have much control.
Like a duck, everything is working downstairs, but above it's like fine.
And there's just 3 vials in my hand. Just like,
Hey Roman, you drank 3 potions that even if they have minor effects, still have effects on.
I know.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Please say one of them potions will fix the pain in my neck.
Roll
Say
me
again?
1d3.
A D3?
I say to Varys, oh Varys, no potion can fix me.
A.
Okay.
Pain in his neck.
Now I need to check something. 1 second. You are now permanently 4 inches taller, as the potion of growth effects are now permanent.
oh yeah!
That's oddly specific.
Sweet. I am now 3'4".
It's also something I'm familiar with, if you guys recall.
I
Yeah.
do remember.
Far different effect though, as he made and drank 3 potions while you guys were all this.
Holy crap.
So many
Yeah,
questions.
because-
Why?
Zero's
Bit-
gonna go
How
up to him
can
and
this-
just sort of shove him in the forehead to see if it makes him spin while he's floating.
Basically,
Yeah,
the thing with
you're right.
Roman is that in stressful situations, as such as a fight with Gregor,
He likes to drink.
no, he will then
Self-experiments.
constantly create potions and self-experiment on those potions, just and it basically as a stress relief, just basically down, down, down until the stress is gone.
So does shoving him in the forehead make him spin or not?
Probably. I mean,
It
it's
does.
basically
Zero just says, if you're going to experiment on yourself in the future, invite me.
Yeah, please invite him. Get him away from me, please.
Oh no, you don't get out that easy. You're having some of the strongest onion soup I can find. I'm gonna see if there's any imperfections in your bowels.
It contains a
No.
whole onion,
The shit.
not chopped.
Hey, Das.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Lightly
I'm the
boiled.
dimension door upstairs to my room.
You guys watch as Vance very weakly lifts his hands. Fuck it. Boom. And he
You
just
just hear-
disappears.
You just hear the loudest bang upstairs, the
Donk.
dimension door, about 4 foot above my bed.
Make a dexterity
Well,
check
there's
with
your answer name,
disadvantage.
Zero.
Save or check?
Check.
Cool, because saves would be much worse.
Thud. Ow.
You manage to stay on your bed after you bounce twice from falling.
We
4
hear the
foot in
so take
air.
it?
You hear
Oh,
the
yeah.
boom. Ow.
Ow.
There's your answer, Zero.
All
You
right.
can-
With
also,
that,
I'll
with that
say
in
this
mind,
much,
he's going to have
Varys.
3 onions in his soup.
To say this as well to you, Varys, it's very difficult to speak.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my speak to a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings used to give their wounded very strong onion soup because that way, if there was any perforations in their intestines or anything, somebody would be able to smell it, and they'll know in that case that they were going to die. But in this case, it will be something I can patch up.
Good old Vikings.
Am I able to procure some ridiculously strong onion soup?
You're with the Harpers, of course. You can get whatever you want. You can get some like soup.
Excellent. Oh,
Thank God, we're
Varys.
traveling
I actually
with
have
them.
onion soup in a bottle. There you go.
Sweet.
It's cold.
Yeah, very.
I'll make
Which
it
is
as
good for
palatable as
medicinal
possible.
purpose.
I'll make it as palatable as possible. I'll even put
How
some
is your
of my
smile so
painkiller herbs in
audible?
there.
It's like, I'm gonna be honest. I love you, Nemo. I'm never getting sick near you because you will fuck me up. It's like he chopped my foot off. Why? I had a snivel.
I wouldn't
runny
do that.
nose.
He
in
tried
real
to
life.
shove
Literally a
a
medieval
in Kirok's eye.
The
How is
first
that
time, yeah.
medicinal?
Not.
You're avian. I didn't know. I'm used to mammals.
Oh, Nemo. One
Yes.
quick second. Hop down to the next channel below real quick.
Dun
Okay.
dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Secret.
Shit. So hi guys, how are we all coping?
Not
We're
great.
not.
Not great.
Not great. I'll be honest.
It's a good day to
We're
be alive.
not. Ashka is internally seething.
Same. Actually, Gloria is slightly externally seething.
Gotta say though,
There's certainly
geez,
an aura.
Gotta say though, geez, Dash
That's my
just
job.
keeps answering
Ooh.
that phone
Hey.
because I keep calling it.
That's true. You did call that. Oh, never mind.
Hello, naughty children.
Hi.
What you doing?
Speculating.
So
Speculate.
other potions I had planned on doing was potion of fire breath. I thought about doing that one, but it was basically
I wouldn't have let you do that.
well, no. Basically, for that one, all it would have been was basically every now and again. It was just basically a. That's it. It was just basically a.
The Tiberius, I puff out fire.
Yeah, just basically every like with certain letters. It was just like a and
Every time you burp.
I
it's
Just like a list of words.
kind
I
of yeah, just like a
just
fire.
slightly distorted version of the bard from Mad Max when you mentioned that.
Goof warrior.
Before I go upstairs with this bowl of soup, which I've laced heavily with painkiller herbs,
Oh, lovely.
I ask, not that I particularly care. Okay, I do, but anyone got prestidigitation to make this bowl of onion soup and painkillers not taste like a bowl of onion soup and painkillers?
I mean,
Anybody?
Kirok does, but she doesn't react because she's a million miles away.
Legacy just points at it.
Excellent, thank you.
Leans over
Rather
to
than not throw this
Glory
up all
and
over me.
Glory and them. I didn't cast prestidigitation.
I was gonna say you never did it for me.
No, because you've got to learn to have
Oh,
your
man.
vegetables. Shut up before I throw broccoli at you again.
Poor Varys, I was trying to be nice. And to be fair, I was poking him in the foot because I had to make sure his spine was working properly.
I think the term is killing him with kindness at this point.
Onion soup is to make sure he doesn't have holes in his gut.
Prod.
Right, so you guys can go up and have your onion soup moment. Is there anything anyone else would like to do for the day, or would people like to start going to bed?
Roman's gonna also then float into the kitchen and start cooking.
Like, what time of night is it? Is it like night time now, or
It's
is it?
getting towards the evening now. You're currently at the start of sunset. Sildar looks to all of you. Right, listen up. I have to get back. I have to make sure everything's fine with the city, with all of our... I have to make sure we don't have another fucking giant werewolf, whatever the hell that is, attack. And I have to monitor for giant attacks. We have to look at the election. Oh god, I have to look at the election. Right.
First things first, Sildar. You honoured us with that battle today.
Yes, while I basically played whack-a-mole with a werewolf the size of a stone giant.
Yes, but you kept him back for as long as we could. Better than we could, anyway.
Could be worse. Actually, no, that was... I'm gonna go. He just walks out.
Would this have been counted as a short rest?
Short rest. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna cast telekinesis and float a bowl out to him before he leaves.
He grabs... As he's, like, walking, just sees this one bowl floating towards him. He looks at it confused, grabs it. Ooh, chicken. And just walks out with it. And then
It
he
had a
comes back
spoon in it.
And he was about to poke back in for a spoon, but it's like...
Yeah, no, the spoon then kind of floats in. I was like, oh yeah.
Awesome.
He pokes back in his mouth head for the thing, goes, spoon! And as he goes for the spoon, there's just a spoon, hop, in his mouth. Just walks out.
Sky soup, not quite the same as floor pizza.
Champion of the sky soup. Champion of the sun.
Let me know if you ever reached that
Hashtag
point,
Sky
girls.
soup.
That was not a high point for me at university. The floor pizza.
We've got there, don't worry.
Good.
Hang on. Hashtag the sky soup has layers.
We're layering the memes. Layer them.
The sky.
Layering the
onion soup
memes.
has layers.
No one ever questions how in Nomarin's family line there is the beautiful secret design of spaghetti soup or lasagna soup. So there are layers to the soup.
It's basically the thing about it is basically gnomes get stressed out. Oh, let's just do this. See if it works.
The real secret is realizing that lasagna is just pasta flavored cake.
Yeah, it is.
Don't do this.
Flavor, not flavor.
Hang on.
Lasagna.
Hang on. Ramen is layered soup.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's a good
technically,
point,
yes.
Worked it out.
This is the biggest tangent.
The largest yet
Not
most
really.
important tangent.
You guys are just all having this conversation as Varys just shouts above and
We've had some pretty big tangents, let's be honest.
Oh, no. Varys is just going to pretend to be asleep whenever Nemo comes up.
He's
Make a
getting fed
deception
lasagna
check.
soup one way or another.
make
I
a
Okay,
deception check.
His deception. Do I make a insight?
No, he's going.
5 minutes extra with this as well.
He's trying to do the fake snoring, but every time he does, he's hurting himself. Like, ow, ow,
Come
ow.
on, lad. This has
Ow.
got a lot of painkillers in it too.
Now I'm asleep.
And prestidigitation. Should I make a herbalism check to see how much this makes him feel better? Not actually
Go
make him
ahead.
better, but how much better he feels.
Herbalism check.
Varys is not hungry.
We check.
Yeah, he'll eat it,
Varys is
whether
not
he likes it or not.
Does it
But yeah,
does it make him feel any better?
Probably.
I don't eat it. I'm not trying not to.
All
But
right, well,
then
you have
Bulls
your,
are sent out
would you-
to everybody else.
while you guys
I
have your awkward patient doctor moment. We'll go back to
I
everyone
lean in
else, 'cause we
closely
could
and
literally have a
whisper
full
into his
session
ear.
of you guys.
Yeah.
I whisper into his ear. I whisper into his ear. It's like, if you want, I can get the tube and make this go all the way down to your stomach, so you don't have to eat it. Would you like the tube?
Leave me alone.
This will make you feel better, I promise.
Leave me alone.
There. Fine.
Oh,
I put the onion soup and I leave it there. And I'm just going to go to sleep in the chair next to him, watching over him, making sure he doesn't die on me.
I will say also, whenever the door did open to the alchemist area, whoever happened to be looking that way did see a bowling alley in the back.
It's part of the
It's an incredibly
chemical
important
set.
part of the process.
It's based on the fact that when it's rolling in, it's actually rolling through a tube and it's pushing air into the alchemical set.
Yeah.
Oh, and
It's
there's no
What's
there's
the
no
one?
bowling pins. It's coffee cups.
It's broken coffee cups. They just stack them.
But yeah, what blue?
It's that I can't remember its name. The word escaped me, but it's that machine that like spins them really fast to separate out the layers.
Yeah, I know what you're referring to.
Centrifuge.
Yeah, centrifuge. It's a medieval centrifuge attached to a bowling ball.
Why? Because Dungeons and Dragons is a wonderful thing. And I
Well, it's basically
any of it.
because it's the thing about it is because I'm a tinkerer and an alchemist, so it's like, this thing. Yeah, that works.
Science.
Science. Anyway,
Oh
But yeah, and then
my God,
also-
you're Tesla.
Yep. and bowls of food are sent out to everybody via telekinesis who wish to eat.
Ashka doesn't.
I just realised why my sleep deception check was so bad. Because elves don't sleep.
Yeah, I kind of picked up
Damn
on
it.
that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
Foiled again by Fey ancestry.
That's why I let you make the check.
Fucking D&D, guys. I can't even pretend to sleep.
I'm just gonna do Uhura here. I don't sleep.
And then there's Delmara. I don't sleep, just dream.
Anyway, into campaign references.
Right, back in the room.
You're back in the room. Back in the room.
Who's back in the room?
He dimension door is back down.
What dimension door? To the next room. No.
Zero is currently having a sleep because he's had a long day, but he still
Oh,
wants
yeah,
to be
you
near
had a
his
long
patient
day.
in case he stops
Yeah.
breathing.
Also,
Sorry.
Varus, mark it down your character sheet. You now have to make a wisdom saving throw next time you see Gregor, or be terrified.
Oh, fuck you.
Ooh,
Ooh.
No,
It's almost like he bit your head off.
got yourself
I
a
don't know that, though.
nemesis.
I was already dead or unconscious when that happened, right?
Sneaky giggle. I'm not going to say anything.
Shut up, you.
Cheeky.
Cheeky.
Gregor. I've in caps.
Gregor is a dick!
Fuck Gregor.
Do I want to do anything else tonight?
You can do fuck all, so the fuck I'm gonna sleep.
I'm assuming at some point during the night I try to stand up, fall over, Nemo wakes
Does
up,
not
and pops me
work.
back up, and Nemo
Yeah,
You
pops me back
cannot
wake up and
physically
catch him.
stand. Your movement speed is 0.
Yeah, but I try, and then I fall on my.
You
I'll
try,
fall on
and
the
you
floor.
physically can't
And
even
then-
do it all the way. You just roll off the.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zero grabs him before he falls off.
It's like the sleeping dad thing of the child falling off the couch. Just the arm reaches out and grabs him,
Oh.
throws him back up.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Or
Sorry, my friend is sort of.
fall asleep.
I suppose I'd call this heckling. No, I'm not getting into the bed with him and cuddling him.
Do it.
No!
Do it.
No, sorry, no
Do it.
shipping.
No.
Do it.
No shipping.
Medical
Sorry.
professionalism.
Your insurance doesn't cover this.
Yeah, your insurance doesn't cover it. You put back to bed, and I stay next to you to keep an eye on you.
That's I'm on.
As
Sorry, I was just saying I'm on 5 levels of exhaustion right now before sleep. Yeah.
4, because 5 means you're dead.
No, 5 is 6 is dead.
Oh, 6 is dead. 5 then. Yeah. So
Yeah.
once it finishes, you go to 4.
Yeah.
So everyone back down below. Kirok is probably still standing still. Legacy is looking at Faith and has just these arcane designs going over her fingertips, over her Hope's temple. Constantly just tending over her.
I'm gonna go and stand near her. I don't want to interrupt whatever she's doing because it seems important, but I'm just gonna stand near her until she finishes.
Right, I stand watch nearby.
Yeah.
Still lost in thought somewhat, but still, so.
She's looking towards Hope as you approach. You did well. You did better than I thought you would. And she looks at you with a sincere smile of definitely being impressed.
Is she talking to me or Hope?
You.
Gloria just she doesn't even seem to like really register what she said. She can I talk to you for a bit?
She does one final incantation and just like rubs over the forehead and the temple again of Faith and just covers her eyes, and she just seems to almost fall asleep slightly, and she leans her into Faith. She needs to rest. Take her upstairs, please. And she focuses towards you now, Glory.
Gloria's like visibly antsy and just kind of looking around. Can we talk in private? Can we just talk somewhere that's not here?
She brings you outside.
Okay.
It's getting darker. You can feel the cold of the winter air nip in, because it is starting to get towards winter now.
Gloria just kind of shifts from one foot to the other. I need to... Actually, Des, can we have this conversation in DM's Whispers? Because I don't want the others
Why
to
not?
hear it.
That's what the channel's for.
Hang on. Stay in the channel for 1 second. I can move her to DM Whispers.
He's been able to do that from the start.
Yep.
Literally been able to do that for months, and you never realised.
And
This
the
is
girlfriend.
My friend was just passing by, but she got excited with the concept of me looking after Varys. I say passing by, but she sort of sat down and was listening for a while there.
Aw.
She's the one who came up with the Zaris and Xerox shipping.
Oh
She
dear.
prefers Zaris, obviously.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have double sight now.
That'll be useful.
Pardon?
Yeah.
You can see anyone. That's
I can see.
so that's the through any darkness, right?
120 feet in both magical and non-magical darkness.
That'll be very useful.
We got it
Yeah.
confused with the one where you can see if anyone's shapeshifted.
That's which site, and I can't get that until 15th. Yeah, you can see the true form of any shape changer or creature concealed by illusion or transmutation magic.
That'll be very useful for when
Well, they-
Nizanara appears again, because I'm sure you probably won't look like him.
Yeah. But then again, that's if we go to 15th level.
Who can tell?
Knowing Das, that might be possible.
I mean, I think we've already out-leveled the base campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the base campaign. No, the base campaign's a level 11. I think.
Let me
Weird.
rephrase that. I've out-leveled the base
thank you.
campaign. Ooh, natural 20 on insight.
Oh, is that where they are? I was like, where it was that? In West Girls.
And damn.
Is this their conference? I ran away for like 5 seconds to get something. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is she
they're
talking?
in
Yeah,
Dean's
To,
they're
private
having a
is
conversation.
she talking to Mumsy?
Yes, they've gone outside.
Oh, please don't call her Mumsy, because now I'm getting Crystal Maze vibe.
Oh,
Yes, Mumsy.
Also,
I I just realised why my friend got so excited at the concept of Zaris and that thing. I forgot that he was naked when I was talking about looking after him.
Yeah, you seem to have forgotten that he has no clothes.
He was covered in a sheet or something.
He basically had a lotus in the yeah.
Well, Kirok tried
yeah.
to cover him with a sheet.
oh, on his wee.
Oh, yeah,
Heroin, how old are you?
Dude.
I'm 12.
I'd believe it.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
I don't think you were that old.
But yeah, and then I also have Thought Shield, which is fucking amazing.
AKA the tinfoil hat.
Yep.
Sorry, that's a joke in my sketchbook and it's never going to go.
They'll never get my secrets. Never.
I should have drawn it with a tinfoil hat now.
No, but then you couldn't see the amazing mohawk.
No.
No. The aluminum foil is around the mohawk. Like,
Yeah.
Excellent.
it was just a shiny pillar of fucking foil.
Excellent.
But yeah, your thoughts can't be read by telepathy or other means unless you allow it. You also have resistance to psychic damage, and whenever a creature deals psychic damage to you, that creature takes the same amount of damage that you do. So basically, let's go back to the Underdark. Hey, you!
No, never.
Hit me!
Never. Screw the Underdark.
Ditto.
But
Hey.
yeah, no.
I'm all about the Underdark.
You're alone
Screw
on that
you
one.
and the underdog.
Don't worry yourself, Quetzalcoatl. You're alright.
I can't remember. Does the party have a scrying eye?
Ew.
Someone would have picked it up off of Varys's cold.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have it. Okay.
Well, I haven't got it right now. It's in the pile of stuff, which I assume is downstairs.
Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, we put it
downstairs.
somewhere.
We'll have picked everything up.
Actually, I think all of his stuff was basically kind of thrown on a table downstairs somewhere. And then he was thrown on the table. Another table.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Why do all the dragons we have to fight be big evil things? Why can't our dragons that we fight be something like that?
Have we met a metallic dragon yet?
No,
No.
not this
Yes, no.
campaign.
Oh,
In this
it's-
campaign,
no.
Dragons.
Old Snow!
He's not metallic.
He's red.
Yeah, he's a red
He
dragon.
said, have we met any metallic dragons?
For some reason I got chromatic and metallic confused, never mind.
Chromatic dragons we've met a bunch of.
Metallic means they've got wings, right? No, it's like Dragon Ball. It's tails or no tails.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
No. It's tail, no tail.
Tail no tail. Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. The metallics have tails. The chromatics don't have tails.
But I'd like to appreciate how Various is now alive and everyone's just not spoke to him.
I was speaking to you. You
Apart
kept
from-
telling me to
I
back off.
thought he was unconscious.
Oh, I'm like
Ashka isn't talking to you for other reasons.
Yeah.
He's mildly conscious.
At least Various' one true friend is speaking to him.
Aww.
He's
Is that Varys?
No, I'm talking about you.
I was assuming
Just the
your
two
one
of
true friend, Varys' one true friend was Varys.
Just the two of us, mate.
Or possibly your sword.
Just the two of us.
We can make it.
Just the twos. Welcome to D&D karaoke.
Oh wait,
100%
are we still on stream?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Shipping fuel, that's just what I need.
Oh god!
I'm
Oh
afraid-
god!
I'm
Come on,
afraid-
guys! Come on, guys! D&D spell puns with karaoke. Come on.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna look at my spell list and do it from there.
Careless dissonant whispers.
I imagine
Yes.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I imagine that would be the obvious one.
Oh fuck.
I'm sure there's one living on a prayer or of healing or something.
Exile
Living
revivify.
on a prayer.
I'm afraid, Varys, I may have to preemptively apologise, because if your stuff is just lying on the floor downstairs, I'm afraid Kirok's
Yeah.
probably had a very bad thought.
It's all done there, sold and everything.
Yep, he's just covered in a bedsheet.
Kirok may do something stupid, guys, and I'm sorry, but it's what she would do.
Of healing.
Also, bear in mind, I'm pretty sure Varys is still cursed by Gregor.
A bunch of us might be. I only detected poison and disease.
I know, but that made me remember it. That's what I remembered. I was like, oh shit. Just out of
I mean-
character there.
I have removed curse, but I have no idea. You've. Well, no. I mean,
You shouldn't get bit the fuck. And you know, Gregor.
well, I think more so it's basically, oh, he had his head bitten off. Maybe his soul might still have a curse.
Yeah, you know Varys got bit to shit. And you
'Cause-
know that when Gregor bites
'cause
someone, shit happens.
Curses are more of blood and more of spirit.
Well, regular curses are, but lycanthropy, that one could be considered to be part of the body.
Blood.
Is there a song called Season of the Witch?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure.
Because you can have Season of the Witch Bolt, if that's the
Hey.
case.
Let's see.
You
Did
can
we
do
mention to
Mi-
shop at Game Tea? Because we haven't. We should.
Michael Jackson's
Hey guys,
man,
if you go to
man
Game
in the
Tea,
mirror
you can
image.
go and look at our new Christmas candles, which are now available. And we have
Ooh.
four this year instead of 3. We have a new one this year, which was very humorously been named Lawful Pud.
You know, usually when I show up, people laugh in my face, but now I'm curious as to the context.
Advertising
Hey,
Game
candles.
Tea. If you want me to repeat, you can go to gametea.co.uk and check out our Christmas candles that are now available. But we have a new one this year. Instead of 3, we have 4, and the 4th one has been named Lawful Pud.
I saw that.
Awful
and I
good.
hate it.
Lawful
Waffle
Pud.
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 It's a
As in
Christmas
British
pudding.
Rum soaked and cognac infused Yuletide puddings.
Heck yeah.
For the most
Okay.
discerning party of adventurers.
I'm one of these.
Guys, I
Attack
don't wanna
by
be
two of
hungry,
each, so you
please
get one
stop.
for a friend.
I don't like Christmas pudding, so this does
They
not
make a
bother
great
me.
Christmas gift.
And
So
they're
after
only £5,
about-
which is super cheap.
Bring this back in.
And
Right, back in the game.
back to the game.
Yeah.
After about 10 to 15 minutes, eventually, both Legacy and Glory step back in.
Asker has probably finished her 4th tankard of ale,
With the 5th one ready to go.
with the 5th one ready to go.
So does anyone want to do
Hello,
anything
eating.
else? Or you guys going to go to bed?
Roman walks to bed.
We'll say
Or
for the,
floats to bed.
Floats to bed.
No, it only lasts 3 minutes.
Oh.
yeah, that one's gone, but you are now 4 inches taller.
Which is fucking hilarious. And
Yep.
my other one was the potion of longevity, which was I was like younger for like 20 minutes, like 20 minutes younger. That was it.
Nice.
Hang on. Does that 4 inches include the mohawk or not?
No.
The most
So-
important chains.
No, with the mohawk, he's the tallest person in the party. Could you imagine?
If only.
It's a 3-foot mohawk.
Yeah, basically it was like 3 foot of me and then 3 foot of mohawk. Like
Yep.
now it's 3 foot of me and 4 inches and 3 foot. So yeah. I wouldn't buy a hair.
Did your body
Hey.
proportionally grow 4
Hey.
inches, or was it just like your legs grew 4 inches? So your
No,
body,
no,
your
he
body
grew.
still got squat, but your legs are
He
long.
grew.
Yeah, it
Just your forehead
proportionally grew
inches.
because it's
He
basically like
proportionally grew.
Just your forehead goes up 4 inches. So you have a
No.
long face.
No,
No,
he
'cause it's-
proportionally grows, like I
Oh,
said
I
3
know.
times. Shut up. You're upstairs bleeding out, bitch. Don't make me
Yeah,
come
yeah,
up
because
there.
it's basically like a grow or enlarge
Not
and
yet,
reduce,
you're not.
except it's just the enlarged part,
Yeah.
which is proportional to.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well, if people are going up to bed, I'm afraid I actually rolled to see if what Kirok will do, and I did not roll high. So, Kirok is going to walk. I've said sorry in advance. Kirok is going to walk over to the pile of Varys's stuff, and is going to see if she can find the scrying orb.
The orb's there.
I take it.
Ashka watches her very, very carefully.
You pick up the scrying orb.
And I stare at it for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And try to attune to it.
And then I put it in my bag.
Okay.
Would I notice this?
I mean, she's not doing
You
it
are on your-
stealthily.
Yeah, I was about to say you're on your like your 4th or 5th tankard, but you'd probably notice.
Whether you'll remember is a different story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh, no,
kidding,
she's a
you're
dwarf.
Yeah, you're a dwarf. You probably 40 of those before it started affecting you.
It's like bugbears that's drinking. This is normal old. Never went over.
Birds going around
Angelos,
stealing the
what are you-
shinies. I don't know.
Angelos, what are you doing?
Huh? What? What?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Just think on this for a moment. You know what that thing can do.
But
Just tell me that you will use it for the right reason. Okay?
I just need to know. That's all. I wasn't.
Just be careful. Okay. They might not be who you remember.
Kirok puts the orb back in the pile. But she stares at it for quite a long time before she leaves.
Mhm.
Before
And
she
when,
leaves, I got.
and also to say this. God damn!
Sit
Right. Right. Sit down. You did mess setting the fuck up.
Ashka places her hands on Ashka's. What?
What?
Hang on. Hang on. There.
There's another simulacrum. So ask this time.
You'd all be fucked.
We'd all die.
That's got the same spells, same health. You'd all be fucked.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who doesn't know how to pronounce it.
Simulacrum.
Yeah.
If I see the word, I can probably do it, but I'm trying to remember how it's spelled in my head. It does not work.
Moving on.
Ashka places her hands on Kirok's arms and very, very firmly says, "We will work through this together, okay? You are not alone in this, and we will work out what's going on together. Okay?"
Okay. And she just gives her a big hug.
Ashka, although smelling a little bit of ale, hugs back.
And when eventually when Glory and Legacy do come in, it's evident both of them have been crying.
Are you okay? I mean, I know you're not okay, but
And anything that we need to know?
Glory kind of thinks for a minute. Not right now.
Legacy pats you on the shoulder. For now, everything's alright. But go to bed. Now. All of you. Mother's orders.
Mother knows best.
I don't think there's going to be any complaining.
Listen,
You
if
are.
Legacy's telling me to do it, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
There's this moment from Glory where it's just like the child who's realizing someone else is getting ass beaten and just turns her head like, nope.
Nope, I ain't dealing with that.
You all go to bed for the evening. You all rest. Varys, you're now down to 5 points of exhaustion.
4.
I want to say I stay downstairs just to finish that fifth tankard off before going back up.
Of course, you're using your money's worth, which, to be fair, you neck it and stumble back upstairs.
She drinks still very quickly because she is getting the biggest death stare from Legacy.
The mums are getting mummed.
Yep.
It's a grandmum. Oh no.
No!
The most terrifying of mothers, the grandmother.
No.
Mother-in-law.
It's like a magister. The grand magister is what we're terrified.
Oh yeah, it's mother-in-law. Oh god.
Yeah, you're about to learn all about that in 2 days.
Hang on. Too early yet, man. Come on.
You're not married.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Eventually.
Whoa.
Anyway.
No, that was
Gregor
that
comes in,
Oh.
sneaks in, and eats all of you in your sleep. Moving on. I'd like everyone to start rolling 26 DL1,
Yep.
please, for your new characters.
Do we get our long rest?
Yes, you do.
Oh. I'm now at 25 hit points. My hit point maximum halved.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
I just realised I've got 50 points in lay on hands now.
Dang.
Hey.
Shotgun, boom.
Clear!
Clip.
I have 100 health now.
Oh, you got 4
Holding
So we wake up
rude.
in the morning, I take it?
Hopefully we all wake up in the morning.
You do all wake up in the morning. Gregor doesn't come in and eat you all. You're fine. For now.
I'll check on Varus. How you doing, buddy?
As you wake up, Zero, there's a letter left on the desk next to Varus's bed. In a dwarvish script. It says MPs.
Yes.
This must be some sort of medical notes on you, buddy. I was wondering where our cleric wandered off to. Alright, let's open this up and have a look-see.
As you open it, it reads as follows. My dear heroes. No, that won't do. My dear Moonpig. My dear friends. The events that transpired yesterday have lingered in my mind all evening. I lay restless thinking about how close I had once again come to losing a group of friends on the fields of battle. These thoughts have led me to reflect on other recent events, such as endangering an entire town of people who had only just named me a hero. I can no longer endanger the lives of others, or the lot of you. 'Tis a wee hours of the morning, and I've been keeping my eye on Varus when Zero hasn't been looking. And I swear by the light of Barona, he'll be fine in the morning. The miracle I had it in me to attempt such a ritual. I'm rambling, sorry. Wait, what am I trying to get to here? This is it. My friends, when you awaken and check on Varus, this letter will be here. But I won't be. I treasure the time that I've spent with all of you for the rest of my life, however many days may be in that. I intend to seek out the aid of the White Dwarf. I intend to learn about him and of him, and more importantly, complete my quest for Barona. Yes, I am going to seek a way to recover the artifact and, if possible, defeat the dragon. I know you are all thinking you want to help me with that, right? But it's the rash decisions I make that get good people hurt. And I refuse to let my actions, cause others to suffer again. I would wake you all to bid you a proper farewell. God knows you all deserve it. But it would only make leaving a lot harder, if not impossible. To Varus, Kirak, Lori, Roman, Ashk, and Zero, I hope that this is not the last time our paths cross. Together we helped make the world a little bit better place. And I hope you all continue to do so. Please stay safe doing it. Thank you all. Yours truly and sincerely, Durin Ashbrand, Cleric of Barona and of the Moonpigs. Yes, you will find behind this letter that I have left the chime of opening bestowed to me when we were awarded as heroes. But the true heroes of that day were you lot. It's only right that you should still have it. P.P.S. Roman, you really got to get yourself checked out next time you get a chance. I'll no longer use the rest of our magics on you. How's that look? Feel free to chop off anything or add to it. And stop drinking all those potions. They're definitely going to affect you. You're in.
Alright.
I was about to say that I was hoping that he'd go into the landlord business, but that's a really old reference.
And Zero cast Stone Shape, not allowed him to leave the party.
It's really gone.
Sorry,
It's already
reverse.
gone.
Old reference. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
talking about when I was about to go
Another
to the
old
other
reference. That would have been good, but he's gone.
Anyway,
But the time of opening is left there.
I fold up the note and I say, alright. Moonpig meeting, let me go gather the people and I'll get you your sword.
Question.
Miss it, Varus.
I made some clothes.
Question.
Yeah, well, I'll have the Harpers get on that, but
Mama.
here, you start reading that. I'm going to get the others that'll need to see this too.
I look at it and just
Stupid
shrug.
bastard is stealing your dragon blood that we need to pay a debt with.
I just shake my head because I can't read this. I don't say it. I'll just stare at it.
No, it's in common.
Oh, you said like Dwarven script, so.
No, the start of its dwarven script
Oh, okay.
because
I'll just sit there and read through it in bed. But I'll sit up in bed this time. I'm not laying down anymore. There we go. Step by step.
baby steps.
Yes.
I gather up the party and the sword and meet up in Varys's room to have a little chit chat.
Okay.
As you
Alright,
go
the rest
into
of
the
stuff.
girls' room, you realise that Karok didn't
I
actually...
knock.
You realise that Karok didn't actually spend the night in her bed. She is curled up on the floor next to Glory's bed.
She rarely ever sleeps in a bed anyway.
Yeah, but she has been taught to at least...
A perch.
perch on
There you
your
go,
own.
guys. Durin's farewell.
Uh,
You may read it at your leisure. And from the guest character list, archive.
Aww.
The
He's gone to
saddest
the
day.
archive.
I like it how Zero is still not. He didn't reappear on the list when he came back. But that's just me.
Zero, you did in fact read your name the first time, so you know he just crossed it out.
I like how the pair of them still assume they're guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a guest. I'm still a guest.
No!
I will be a guest here for a little bit.
You can certainly try to be our guest.
I was going to say something, and then I thought better of it.
I could leave at any time.
Please do.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Dude.
Please no, they fucking need you.
We need a healer.
Anyway,
We need a
They need a healer. They're holding out for a
Not for a
healer.
healer till the end of...
Anyway.
I gather up our party and we raid Varys's room to well, I'll let them read the note to each other or however they want to do it. Me and Varys has already read it at this point.
Yeah.
You guys read through it.
I also give him his sword.
Thanks.
Kind of like curls up around it like he's the big spoon.
So we got the rest of my
I'd
stuff.
be more concerned if he was the little spoon. I wouldn't even know how that would work.
It's a long sword. He could have it behind him. You don't know.
Anyway.
Straps reaching around.
Hey, what he does in his own time, what he does in his other 4 hours, he gets in his long rest. That's
Moving
Moving
on.
Moving on!
okay.
So you guys read the letter?
Yeah, pass it to whoever's closest to me. I'll just pass it to.
So what do we do now?
Well,
I'll sleep.
I might ask the Harpers to see if they can track down Fleet, who can then, watch over him. She's good at that.
Wouldn't be against it.
Also, guys, do mark that you guys now have the chime of.
I'm assuming Kay's still looking
Well-
up at the bag of holding.
I'm assuming Nemo didn't give it to us, or did he keep it?
It's
I've
been
got it
left.
out. I've got it, and I just sort of wave it around. Like he left this.
Bag of holding.
Varys, you're in charge of stuff. Would you like me to
Well,
shove this in the bag
Out
holding
of
for you?
character, I'm in charge of it.
Out of character, he's in charge.
In
'cause I can't
character,
do
No,
that.
not in character.
I
Glory's in
do
charge.
believe
sorry.
it has currently.
That always
He-
tricks me.
He used it once,
few-
right?
He's used it twice,
Twice. Okay.
so I believe it has 3 charges left on it.
But in-game Varys is our accountant, right?
No, that's Glory.
Out of character.
No, that's
No
I
one,
think
no one
Ryan's
trusts
the
him in
accountant.
character.
Out of character, I control the party loot. In character,
Okay.
I do not have access to
Rowan
the party.
controls the money. Glory controls the fucking bag. So anyone who
I
needs
choose
money
who
goes
gains
to her.
access to it.
Yeah.
Glory,
She's
you want
the,
me to shove this in the bag?
Sure.
she's the Sphinx who gives the thumbs up or down whether or not it's worthy to pass.
I ain't giving riddles.
I don't know. Last few you gave me were pretty good.
I shove it into the bag of holding.
Did we
Okay,
give that
someone
big
do something funny because this has just been an angst fucking session.
Well,
Varys
whose fault
cast
is that, Mr. DM?
alter self begin himself well
Reverend falls down the stairs.
with a potion in his hand?
Here's
Alright.
one. Varys, you haven't peed all night. Do you need to go? I could help you.
No.
I'm not going to answer.
Just the two of us.
I can get a bedpan ready. It's fine.
Fuck off.
I leave the room to go train.
Garrett
I,
says that
I
she's
leave
gonna
the
go
room
get
as
some-
well, but I leave
Oh.
the room as well, but I don't follow. I try and find either the nearest temple or the nearest forge.
Okay.
You could always use a bottle.
I mean,
It won't be difficult
difficult
if you leave the
to
room.
eventually find the nearest forge or temple.
Garrett
Just-
says she's gonna get some breakfast, which is fine until people see her flying around with a rat.
It doesn't take
wow.
long. Nico actually doesn't keep the place as tidy as he should. There's a little bit of a rodent problem. He does have cats, but they're
I
lazy
didn't mean
bastards.
inside, I meant outside in Neverwinter.
No, I mean as in you could literally look down. It's like in 5 minutes there'll be a rat walking past you, and you just go, "Yeah, food,
so much for the mythic
Woo,
meat.
breakfast."
Yeah.
Rata will be annoyed.
That much for the what? Sorry.
Never
So
mind.
much for the moonpig meeting, right?
We had a meeting. They read the thing and they seemed fine with it.
Oh, it was just for the letter. It wasn't.
We still got to get you your dragon blood. Otherwise, your little neck accessory will come and, those marks are still there, right?
It's on my hand, right? The mark, the vampire
Mhm.
mark.
Oh well. Your
That
little
little
hand
black
accessory.
mark over the top of your finger, gone down to about halfway down your finger.
Wait,
It wasn't
moved?
like that yesterday.
What do you mean it moved?
As
We
in,
really
it's
need to-
grown. Little
Oh,
black
yeah.
thing is now all the way halfway down your finger.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that.
Well, you have to deal with something else. Kind of
What's that?
I mean, I'm kind of need some clothes.
Closed, yes, right. I'll get some of the harpers on it, I suppose. Do you have a preference? I doubt you're gonna go down to a tailor for a fitting, so
Okay, just get me anything.
anything. Alright, I'll
I give him one of my extra shirts. There you go.
it's gonna look like a crop top.
You would think a warlock alchemist would carry stuff that can't change. Are you? It's magical
You're
clothes.
carrying around magical shirts?
I tried to put
Yes.
it on. Doesn't
Yes,
change.
see. It does.
Okay, you're now wearing
It
a
is
magical
skin
shirt.
tight, but comfortable skin tight.
Okay.
No.
That's
It's like a really old bard rock group
I'm
T-shirt.
gonna ask Nico if we can get you some pants.
Please. Maybe
Oh, I think I got a pair of those too.
What are you a what are you a fucking walking wardrobe? I say this in character.
Can I just get one that like those disguises, right? Just get me one of those.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's getting. Is the fucking disguises because there's loads of them. So you are now comfortably dressed.
I like to think we go through a few of the clothes. Like, oh, what would you like? We got this pink pair. We got these hot pants. We got these ones with the flares. Oh, this one has plumes.
Something like that. In fact, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has a design on it that is essentially a reaper with the word BARD for bard at the top of it, with the with the quotation underneath "to the bone."
Hey.
Much like this one available to purchase on GameT.co.uk.
Promos, look at fuck, guys.
Product placement.
I love how you actually have it up on screen, like look at it.
Product placement.
Ba, ba,
Oh,
ba.
that might go nice with this kilt, Varus.
Sure. I'll put
And
it
so
on.
on.
It's one of
Alright.
Durin's.
I'll put it all on. I don't even care right now. And I'm just gonna hobble downstairs.
Mhm.
With the beat of
Very
light, what could we do with
slowly.
it? It was
Because you're currently at half movement speed.
Yes, that's what's a total.
2. Was it 2 points for a greater restoration?
4 points.
4 points for greater.
And I was like, I'll write it out.
I have greater restoration too. If you want me to do it,
I mean, it'll get rid of one point of exhaustion if you want to do it. I'm not that's out of character, but if you do it in character, I don't care.
I cast greater restoration on him.
Oh, dope.
Okay, that's 1 point gone. So now you're down to 3 points.
No, I can go back up to 50 health points if I want.
then
Actually,
I'll-
did I have did I have a diamond worth 100 gold pieces to do that?
I don't do that for greater restoration.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not that much of a bastard.
How much?
Reses I do because reses are needed. But no, not that.
I mean, we could
All right. Well, you've got one less point of exhaustion.
I'll spend my bead of light for his another exhaustion down.
Are you sure? I'd save that.
Well, we're probably going to get into a fight sooner or later.
I mean, that's fine if you do it. What that put me down to? That puts me down to 2, right?
I'll bring you down
Well,
to 2.
It means we don't have to both help dress you.
Thanks. I get dressed. I grab all my stuff. And I go to try and find Glory.
Glory is downstairs outside, essentially doing the rudimentary exercise montage for the. Roman is next to her. Roman is next to her, just doing the shaking, literally making the noise with his mouth, fingers in the air, shaking his head. Bam, 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 bam.
Well, no. Actually, what I am doing is using prestidigitation to actually make the
The
noise.
sound. Okay.
Yeah.
And your way for casting prestidigitation is the metal sign, so you're doing that while you're banging your
Yeah.
head to make it.
I imagine that's Roman's way of doing a lot of spells.
Yeah.
Glory looks annoyed with a capital A.
Slightly motivated, but also annoyed.
Annoyed.
Zero's going to join Kirok for lunch.
I've got no money right there.
Hmm?
All my money disintegrated, right?
Yep.
Cool.
The money you had on you was bye-bye.
Oh, that's a lot of money. 95, just 95 platinum just went bye-bye.
That's why I learnt many years ago not to carry too much gold on your person.
205 gold, 20 electrum,
Unless you have someone named Alexandros Crumblebottom.
70 silver.
Definitely.
Alexander Crumblebottom.
Oh,
My
much
name is
fat.
Alexander
Don't
Oh,
ruin
no.
that reference
Don't.
for me.
No.
Don't
Do not
And
dare.
now I'm
Even-
killing things because it's
I will
Oh
boot
my
you into the
dear.
shadow
Son of a
realm.
Do
Oh,
it.
dear.
Send him
Let's
away.
let's stick to this campaign.
Anyway.
Yes, that's all that money and a nice big 500 gold gem just gone by.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
It's fine.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, I'll go out and speak to Glory.
Mm-hmm.
Glory's
Laura, you see a slightly less haggard-looking Varus stumble towards you.
With all
He's
my
wearing a kilt.
I'm sure there was some sort of backpack in the disguise box, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool. I've took some shit ass backpack, rucksack, some bag, who knows, like satchel.
Looks like a hipster.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. He is like now a brand new hipster.
I'm one strapping. I'm definitely one strapping.
I was decapitated before it was cool.
I'm gonna delete this. Oh no, I've got no signal whistle anymore.
Oh, don't
yeah,
worry.
fair.
Yeah, we have 2 spare, so that's fine.
That has been magical. That would have been gone. My knife is.
You can do
on
this
my
another
person.
time. Oh yeah, they weren't magical. They're gone.
They weren't on my person.
Oh yeah, they're just left in the fucking street.
I'm sure someone would have picked them up.
Nope,
Right.
no one said it.
Okay, I'm gonna
I'm
leave.
sure
it.
somebody
Everyone-
picked them up and sold them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, you bitch.
One of the
Definitely.
soldiers might have picked them up if
Yeah,
if they
probably.
did a cleanup crew afterwards.
yeah. I'll say you can eventually find it.
Okay. Let me get rid of that.
While I am outside, I am going to cast a detect thought
On.
myself.
What?
I'm going to detect. I'm going to detect all thoughts around me in 30 foot.
Ah,
That's
You
how
can
detect
peer
what
into
works.
someone's
He doesn't
mind.
mean yeah.
near you. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned
I
the.
don't mean who are you focusing on.
Basically, it's just kind of more so.
Oh yeah, you can get the like front of the
Read
mind
off.
thoughts from people, so you can get
Yeah.
like fuck if someone's thinking that running away.
Bloop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you two, as you are getting closer to him, his eyes he kind of just does that perk up thing. And what's your outermost thoughts currently for both of you?
Wait, who?
You and Glory.
Me. I feel
Fuck,
shit.
fuck.
Oh, so much gold.
No, it's more. I feel like a failure. I need to go buy some clothes, and that's pretty much it.
Don't worry, Varys. We can go get you some clothes.
Glory, what are your primary thoughts?
Gloria's like trying to concentrate, but she keeps getting distracted by the fact that she's really, really pissed off about something, and also she's like something's occupying her mind that's like a little bit terrifying.
There's a deeper thought in her mind right now that's messing with her. You can also notice that as she's exercising, she's essentially on top of, like, she's using these stables for reference to lift up on, and the wood around her fingers is actually kind of dented inward. Like, the grip's actually made an imprint.
Darn.
Because she's angry!
I'll just walk up to her.
Varys,
Hi.
I get down off of whatever I'm training in.
I don't know why I came out here.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk about it? I don't know.
It sounds strange it's coming from you.
I mean, what else would I say? I'm not going to pretend I know what it's like to go through that kind of thing, but
No,
I'd like to think I'm here to hear it if you want to talk about it.
I don't know if I want to relive that. Relive. Yeah, that's not the best word.
Then don't. You don't have to tell me.
I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for.
No, I do. I don't think things through very often. I make stupid decisions, and the only good thing about it is it got me killed, not one of you.
Don't you
Oh.
dare.
So I'm sorry.
I hug Varys as tightly as I can without hurting him.
Aw.
That's not very tight.
I don't do that again.
I'll try.
You're an idiot sometimes, but you're as important to me as any of the others, and don't do that.
He's out
Hopefully.
with it.
Ash says, poking her hangover head out of the window.
No, I'm on
From
the
the
forge,
second-
man.
Oh yeah, you were going to
yes.
the forge.
This
Yes,
is Frank
Marilyn.
saying it, not me.
In character,
This is Frank
would we
saying
have
it, not Ashka.
in character, would we have figured the idea that he might have lycanthropy
Gregor?
from
No, Varys
Gregor.
from being
Varys
Oh,
having
right.
being bitten
from
so much.
We know he does that sort of thing, right?
You know lycanthropic can spread people who were bitten, and he got bit a lot.
so
Oh, by the way, did I have
However,
to give my
Greater
thoughts
Restoration
for
has been
Ronan?
cast. Well, no, you would have been inside the inn. I would have said you've been alright. Greater Restoration has been cast, which for me is the... Yeah, no, you're fine. 'Cause they can remove curses, you can remove... Basically, you can remove anything.
Okay.
Literally, unless it's something
yeah, it
where it
does remove
says
one curse, yeah,
specific...
never mind.
Literally, unless it says can only be removed by wish, a
Then
Greater
yeah.
Restoration can cover it.
Or by the act of a god, like
Basically, that's a wish.
fucking card of shit.
Like in the old
Yeah.
days, there used to be a
Pity
spell
that.
called Miracle, which was basically the same thing. So yeah.
Divine Intervention.
Intervention, divine.
Fine
Would you?
intervention.
Yeah.
You just lost your Claire.
Shit.
Right. Okay.
Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I'll try my best. But you know me.
I won't let it, don't worry.
I'm not your responsibility.
You bloody well are. Like a little brother. You're always running into trouble. Not that different from my sisters.
Nice.
Or me, for that example.
It's nice to have a family again. Then, yeah.
I give him another hug.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad you're here.
So, as my adoptive big sister, do you wanna lend me some money?
I knew this was coming.
Wow.
I mean, what I've got to my
Wow.
name right now is this sword, this fucking necklace of shit, and this little crystal ball. That's pretty much it.
Chloe just like blinks a little. She's like, just ask me when you need it. Don't carry it on you anymore.
Okay. Hey, Glory, I need some money.
What for? Give me a good reason.
Clothes. Can you see
I'd
what
like
I'm
to.
wearing? This is fucking ridiculous.
I don't know. This is a good look on you.
So what's your surface thoughts looking like now, Laura?
She's still terrified of something, but she's happy for a little bit. She's feeling. She's just
distracted.
glad. She's just glad. She's relieved.
Man, do I want to probe deeper or not?
I don't know, do you?
She might find out if you do.
How deep does the rabbit hole go?
Stare
Meanwhile,
into
by
the
the way,
void and the void punch you in the face.
with all these clothes going around and the costume master and all that, these new fancy Dredate clothes I got have to be cleaned and all that, so I'm currently wearing what is now in my picture, because I changed my picture. Drawn by the amazing frog.
Yay!
Hello.
I can't actually view your picture.
Except we can't see
Oh,
it
yeah,
because it's
same.
not listed in the player's characters.
It's
Still not real.
God
Oh,
damn
I
it.
don't think
It's still not
it's
there.
anyone else.
All players, bang! All
Hey,
players.
Hey,
There's a guy with a mask.
it's a boy.
It's ya boy.
Has
the
not
bean.
met
He's
Got a
Piggy.
new
Has not met.
mask. It looks different from the old one.
Yeah, it's to go with these
Kiss the
feathers
cattle.
sticking up my ruddy head.
Eee.
Get the cattle, the winged serpent.
you know what? Why not? Hey, Glory,
Did you go deeper?
go ahead and give me a wisdom.
Ooh.
At your peril, my friend.
You
Wisdom
know
save.
How I feel about
Yeah.
wisdom
Save.
saves.
On your own head.
What's your DC?
16.
Oh.
I'm checking just to be sure. I love you.
It is.
Checking. It is at 16. Yeah. No,
Your
it does
head
not.
be-
And it'd be 15 if I didn't have the rod of the Pact Keeper.
Right. So you can go down to D and Whispers with her if you want, or go down to the next channel and I can listen in too.
We'll go next channel so that Dust can be here.
Because I'm an evil bastard and I need to know everything is my goddamn campaign. Can't take that from me. On second thought, everyone go down to Curls' one because we can all talk in that.
I can't talk in curls.
No.
No, he can't. No, he can't.
Just go into general chat, guys.
Fuck it, we're into
Yeah, that were.
What's
Shut up, game theory, everyone.
What's hilarious is I'm an admin and I can go anywhere regardless of restrictions.
You can move anyone to places, right?
Yep. And even though DM's Whisper has a limit of 2 people, I can go in regardless of that limit.
Oh, you monster.
Bum, bum, bum. You wouldn't do
The
that, though.
wolf
No, I
she
wouldn't.
sees all.
So you're not sticking with the kilt?
No.
You should stick with the kilt. It gives you lots more movement for your legs.
It gives me 0 more movement speed.
But it's more comfortable. Especially when hasted.
My armor-
Whatever you choose, just give me a poke, okay?
So
it-
you heard
I'm
it here
gonna- I'm
first.
gonna
Dell
get
will be in the
as-
next
something as
session
close
wearing
to
a
my armor
skirt.
right now.
I can't haste.
You can.
Yeah, there'll be freedom of movement. It's more comfortable. That works both ways.
Fuck, I dropped some sweets on the floor.
Oh, God, I'm just going through all my stuff and deleting it. What is that?
I like how this is still on stream.
Oh,
Professional stream, guys.
Question.
Question,
Healing
Background
potions.
people should just see me eating nerds.
The bottles that my healing potions are in, they're disintegrated as well, right?
Probably.
The
Hmm.
bottles
You'd have to
aren't
ask the
medical.
DM, but probably not. I'm to understand the jars we usually use for that sort of stuff are designed to handle magical stuff. So, like,
Check. I'll
they
check
can
with
store well, acid is fine. That's just glass, but
Yeah, it's like
can
as a
store magically
whole,
volatile.
it's
things.
Yeah, true.
The term ionized glass is usually thrown around.
like that's just
Oh.
being really vague.
I've lost my signet ring. I've lost my flute that I never played. Yeah, I lost my family signet ring. That's great.
Oh dear,
Can't get one of them back.
that might have repercussions.
So, guys,
I'm
no
back
matter
now.
what she knows,
You know as well.
Ooh.
so Glory, you feel something just like it's like as if the back of your brain has been opened up and it's a book someone's reading, and you see that Roman is looking dead at you.
Her eyes go like super wide, and she just like marches over to Roman.
You'll
Is
do
this
it,
you?
boy.
Glory, you okay?
Sorry, something just something made me wonder. Is all.
Well, you can stop for one.
Well, it'd probably be best if we do a check here.
You need me to do the check? Okay.
Yeah,
You can drop it if
Intelligent.
you want,
I
What is he
can.
doing?
but
He's
is
not
he
going
going
to.
to? Right,
What
this
is
is an
it?
intelligence check versus a charisma check. Or it's
No,
against
it's
see, I think so.
intelligence against intelligence.
Check or save?
Check.
You forget Glory's smarter than you know.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Glory, come on, Glory.
Not check.
She tries to go.
Wow.
Listen, she might have a headband of intelligence on, but she's still Glory.
Yeah,
She's
so-
been going good all night.
So the spell doesn't end, but my target has shifted, at least.
To who?
She just kind of glares at you. Don't do that to me.
What,
She walks off to go back to training.
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, all you
Right.
just watch is just Glory stomping over. So immediately
I'm
stop
just
what she's
standing
doing,
there.
drop down, walk right over to him, and glare at him.
Right. Well, you want to go get some clothes?
Possibly. I mean, how did you know that?
Yeah,
You were
just
literally asking
had a
Glory
feeling.
for money for clothes.
And yeah, you kind
He
of
wasn't
were
next to
asking.
me.
He was next door.
Yeah, I was there.
Or not next door, but right there.
He was,
He
like,
was
in
singing
way.
the tune to go.
Yeah, it was just- I was doing precipitation, you know. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh, okay.
dun, 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 dun.
I'll go back. Yeah, hey, it's a Glory. Before we got rudely interrupted by the little guy.
I will give him some gold. Like, I don't know, how much is like a reasonable amount for clothes? Clothes aren't expensive in this world,
And
I don't
armor.
know.
5 gold.
Shit.
Should be fine.
5 gold.
I think we
Okay.
have armor?
That's
Holding
not-
check.
That's what I can fucking wear. I'm not wearing breastplate. I'm not wearing the breastplate.
I thought you only wore light armor.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I was wearing studded leather before.
Well, for that you want 45 gold.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
God.
You're gonna go around in leather in a
Can I
kilt.
make some kind of check to see if Glory would know how much to give him?
Sure.
While she's checking that, healing bottles, healing potions, would they have got disintegrated? Like the glass?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Really?
Anything-
Ooh.
Okay, to give you an idea, it might not have been disintegrated, but what was currently keeping it on his body, like the pouches or stuff, did.
Oh,
So
that's
they would have
smashed.
fallen to the
They're
ground and
fucking smashed.
Yeah.
Fair cop.
Yeah,
That makes
that's a
sense.
fair point.
So even if they didn't get destroyed, bear in mind the potion is magical, the glass isn't.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Isn't
So
the
no matter
glass
what-
not super magical, but it's sort of
There's
the
no
alchemy
rule
crystal
saying that
glass
it is.
No.
So,
True.
Right,
I just
cool.
thought that alchemy glass would be somewhat resilient, so it could actually store some of this
Unfortunately,
volatile stuff.
well,
Shit
not
hole.
really.
Not against disintegrate, I don't imagine.
No. That would make the potion cost a lot more if they had to have magical
Yeah.
glass. So it's just basic glass. Anyone can make it. That's why it's so easy for people with alchemy to do it.
Yeah, so glory. I just need to get some clothes, some armor, maybe a nice new bag, some magical components,
Oh no, all of your ink is gone.
magical ink.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. We're good.
The jars, though.
It'd do the same as the potions, it would fall to the ground and
Yeah.
break.
Mm-hmm.
Can
So,
I
oh my
make
god.
some
So,
kind of check to see if I can think of a reasonable amount before I pull a number out
Intelligence.
my ass?
Putting all that ink in
Check or
the
save?
Check.
Standard leather goes for 45 gold pieces on a side note. Whether you know that is a different story.
You have a fair idea.
bin.
If you want to give him enough to shut him up, giving him 45 to 60 gold might work.
Okay. I'll give him 70 gold.
Oh shit, I'm rich.
You now have 70 gold, Varys.
Can you take that out of the party loop because I'm not good at math?
Yeah, I mean,
By the way, while we're at it, is his spellbook still intact? Because the spellbook
That is definitely a magical item.
That's definitely magic.
Yeah.
I'm not that much of a dick.
I was gonna say, just doing
It's
it
a
to tease it. I was
spell
thinking,
book. You'd be
oh,
hard pressed to find something more magical.
also, I just happened to think there's basically a puddle somewhere in on that street that is just basically red, black, with a little bit of here and there.
oh, it looks like some sort of street art. Yeah.
with
Yeah.
some yellow dust.
Yeah, with some yellow dust.
So Varys, we'll say that you can, in this time, go and acquire what you need.
Yeah, it's just gonna be some studded leather and a set of clothes that look like what I was wearing before.
They're not close because you got a very specific set tailor made for you.
It's like a
This
robe
one-
to go over my armor.
Yeah, it's just a robe to go over your armor. is
Yeah,
all
that's
it
what
is.
it's basically what it was. Effectively.
As you guys are continuing, Rockfin does arrive towards the tavern as you guys are resting during the day, and arrives in looking around, sees Legacy and walks in and begins speaking to her. And after a brief period, they both move to where they can find you guys. And whilst I'm describing that, Ashk, why were you going to a forge or a temple? Were you looking for Jiren? Or are you doing it for your own bits?
Ashko was heading towards purely to, as wrong as it probably sounds, to get out some frustration.
Mm-hmm. So
She
you spent
is,
some time working to distract yourself.
Yeah.
You can say you spent a
You're
few
also
hours
gonna
doing
spend
that.
Lunch with Kirok.
Mm-hmm.
It's very disgusting for anybody watching.
Does Zero occur to you to be the kind of person that would be bothered by watching you eat rats?
Nope, I meant both of us. I meant both of us eating is probably quite disgusting to watch.
Yeah.
I'll probably join you.
Kirak and Grunt would get on great, let's be honest.
Yep. What's cooking? Doesn't need to be cooked.
I'll probably cook my rats.
You lose all the juices that way.
Yeah, but I'm human. We need to cook it.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It is a personal problem. I don't want to have to cook. Then again, I can summon flame out of my hand.
As you guys are having this discussion, Rockfin comes in red in the face, looking around, motions towards Legacy, who is sat down, reading over something. She has a small chart out in front of her, begins speaking to her quietly.
I like to think as he comes in, he just sees both our faces sort of turn around with mouse tails sticking out of the side of our mouth.
As they come in, both of them look towards you two. Anyone else who's still in, and I will say by this point, Glory, Varys, and Ash do eventually all come back.
Cool.
Get everyone in.
What's happened?
Nothing's happened yet, but
One of us
we
is at the temple.
That's just why I'm saying you guys are back by now, because you would have spent your hours.
That's
but
like
would
a
have come back.
morning. Yeah.
Thought you
You
were
guys are
asking.
here by lunchtime evening. Rockfin looks to all of you. There's been reports and came by someone who this would be a 2 or 3 day old report now, but hill giants.
Okay, where?
Southeast of Fandalvar.
Fuck.
Can we have the big map up so we can see where geographically that
I mean, I
is?
don't care where it is.
I do.
It's Fandalvar, we're going.
Yeah.
There's no debate.
I mean,
So, to describe this to you, if you all go down to Fandolin, and we'll change as well for the sake of it, we'll say that there were hill giants coming out somewhere around the mountain regions of Fandolin to the southwest, somewhere over from the Mire of Dead Men. And they've been apparently moving around the countryside, avoiding the somewhat defended town of Lyon, and he'll be prowling around.
I mean, we're happy to help, but we've also got these things to find. So
We're going.
if we're
We
going, I'm just like, is that on the way to one of the things? We might plan our trip before we make it.
I don't care, we're going.
Zero,
Don't
we're
need to go.
going.
Didn't say we weren't. I said so. We plan which way we're going.
We're going straight there.
We're gonna get on a bird.
Yes,
and
and then where are we going? I meant.
We'll work that out then.
Well, we know where they're coming from. Right?
Zero, you seem to get the idea that none of them give a shit. They're aware
Yeah.
that there's some issue with Fandolin, and nothing agitating them in any other regard. They're going.
We're gonna go to Fandolin, and then we know where they're coming from. We go there, right?
It wouldn't be difficult looking for giants, but the number comes back. Listen, you heard the number 6 or 7. They're just roaming.
We can.
They have other people with them, but bugbears, goblins, that ilk. I can't send. We don't have anything of a decent to send out that will be able to get there in time. But I know you lot have a little bit of a birdie friend that is, well, faster than anything else I know.
Kirok's not that fast.
No, but her colorful friend is.
Ashker
have
attempts to
3.
pronounce Huru, but makes an utter mess of it. Forgive my Oren. Everyone.
Ara Cochra.
Listen. And she looks over to Glory and gives her a belt. And on the belt, you see that there's these studs essentially that look like little removables, and each one is a cartridge.
Whoa, I lost all of
Glory.
that one.
Basically, she's giving you a belt of cartridges for the gift I gave you a while back.
Ooh.
Felt like it's only fair that you at least have something that you can just pop them in and reload from there.
Thank you.
You now have a bandolier for your goddamn gun.
That gun that I continually forget.
Maybe you'll remember it now that it's around your waist.
Yeah. How much ammo is in it?
40. That's the basics. That's how many you can usually get on them. You can get about 30 or 40 in a belt of them. I know because I have 2. And it's a dark brown leather.
Thank you.
Whoa.
I felt bad not being able to help more. So take that. Anything I can do, and if we find out any information from our side, we'll let you know. But you guys need to go for this right now. This is our top priority. No doubt.
All right, cool. We'll talk about this on the trip, but just an FYI, Varys's need for dragon blood is getting worse.
We'll talk about it on the bird when you need to go.
Okay. How long will it take us to get there on the bird? Do we know roughly?
Fetch the Huru measuring bar.
There's a Hoover measuring bar specifically
right.
for this purpose.
It's
It's
at the
off the
top of the
screen.
map.
Oh, we'll
This
we'll
specific
we'll get
porpoise?
there in, like,
Literally a day.
Excellent.
I'll, I'm gonna
Actually, it looks like about less than today.
Hang on, I'm
I don't
literally
know, I
looking for
can't
the
move
fucking.
it.
Neither can I. I'm trying to find the fucking point on it to move with. Son of a bitch. Where's
Oh,
it?
that's a fucking nightmare.
Found
That's why I hate Roll 20.
Found it. Just under a day.
All right, time for a night
Stop
flight.
using your shitty measuring stick. I got this one. Put that away.
If we're going there, we could be fighting tonight, aren't we?
We can spend a night there.
Probably tomorrow morning.
Short
so we're
rest?
going.
Short rest?
Short rest, please.
Take a short rest.
I'm gonna cast Great Restoration on myself using the shiny light.
Really think you should save that.
I'm not going into a fight with any.
The shiny eye? The what?
The weird shiny glowing stuff. That we got.
Beat of light.
Our
The thing-
sort of
the
blessing thing.
The thing that
Oh, you used that. You used all of that yourself. You used that to cast heal on yourself.
I've never
Heal
done
was a. Yeah, you used heal during the fight.
that. Did I?
I think
Yep.
was it him?
You did. Yeah, he
Pretty
used
good.
heal on himself. You
Oh,
got
he
dropped
did.
down.
No, I'm sure Durin used
Was
it
it
on me.
Durin who used heal?
I'm putting 90%.
I might have to check. We'll say for now that you can.
Durin used heal, yes, I
I'm
remember.
gonna use
Okay.
my blessing of the shiny light.
Amazing.
Blessing of the Catal, you son of a bitch. And you're going to use
Our Great
4
Restoration.
charges to do that.
I can now
Cool,
move
wow.
at full speed.
You are now back down to, I think, 1 level of exhaustion.
1 level of exhaustion.
You
Just
now have
lucky and
you now have 2 charges left, which you can use on the lesser risk.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys hop up. Gust of wind takes you all as you fly up into the air.
Well, I was trying to say something that I didn't have a chance.
Go on, go on.
I'm not going to be able to join you guys for this journey.
What?
We know you're scared of birds, but come on.
No. Last night, during my rest, my master called me.
Your
What?
master's a fuck.
No, he's calling me back to the flock for a bit.
Well,
Apparently,
Say
this
no.
is suboptimal. I have people that I owe debts to going in separate directions.
well, you don't owe me a debt.
No, I do.
You're just gonna go? Like that?
Well, it's either I go and get restored what I need, or I basically lose my powers and become useless.
I wouldn't say useless, but I understand when your god calls, you sort of tend to go.
Well, it's less of a god and more.
A patron. That's why I like him.
But we
Yeah,
need you
the-
here. You're needed here.
The way that my power works is that he basically gives me the magical power that I need to cast my spells and things like that. However, if I lose his patronage, which if I don't answer his call, he will most likely take it from me. And in that sense, will basically leave me powerless.
I don't like this separating bit, but maybe I should go with you.
No, you need to be with them.
Well, here's the deal then. Roman's going, so the question is, am I going with him or not? We're taking it to a vote.
No.
No.
You can't go.
I'm not voting for that.
Zero, you cannot go with me. My patron only takes those of his elk. Those of
Yeah,
his
don't
kin.
imagine someone of a druid kin would be particularly popular.
No.
I'll just worry about leaving you alone.
I will be fine. It's basically in the sense of me visiting a magical pool every day, or every so often, to refuel my magical energy, in a sense.
Are you going to be coming back?
Yes, I will be back. I'm not sure when.
How are you going to find us?
Well, my patron will keep an eye for me.
You also have access to
Beyond
the
that, you can probably
Harpers.
ask Nico.
You can do sending anyway. You can.
That
shout
too.
out
And
I'll be like, we're here.
If you must.
2 in one day. Christ.
well, I mean,
Yesterday.
yeah, technically, in a sense, but in any case, I would rather be able to keep my powers and be more of a use to you than lose it all and maybe able to do 1 or 2 things with that.
Alright, well, it's not like we don't have other members of Moon Pigs wandering about.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
I understand.
Remember, blow that whistle if you ever need us. I don't know how the feck we'll hear it, but not the point.
Yeah, and I don't think it goes through planes.
Know it anyway. You never know your
Well,
luck.
actually, I mean, he's not really in the plane per se. Actually, anyway. But
Your
so I will
needs
not
are
be able
your
to join.
own, Roman. But
Roman.
remember what's important.
Roman.
Yep.
See a band of energy wrap around all of them. And it's the sign of your master, but only you seem to notice it. Only you seem to be able to see it. And you do see a pool of water by a drain that just widens a great deal. You hear a voice. And to them. What answer the call?
Well, I must be going. I gave a gracious bow down, and I also hand them my 4 healing potions.
As he's going to do that, I grab him from behind before he can escape and say, "Group hug!"
Group hug!
I will join this group hug.
I gain another.
I'm also making sure Varys comes in for the group. 'Cause I know what he's like.
You pull Varys in for the group hug.
I'm not. I can't resist physically.
You physically
I am
could not
buffer
resist.
than you, my dude.
You physically could not resist. And with that, Roman bids a farewell. Legacy blows a kiss as the 2 daughters sit next to her, Rockfen nearby with their hippogriff. You guys fly off towards Phandalin to defend it from whatever giant say. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to call the session.
Oh.
Dun, dun,
Fuck my
dun.
entire life, Jesus Christ.
Welcome back! Welcome back!
God.
Welcome
Like
back!
having a break is there.
No.
Welcome back! Welcome back!
We're down to
So,
5. 6 if you
Unfortunately,
include Turk.
folks, we are down now to 5 as we have lost, for only a brief period, potentially, Roman Nomarin. But we will get him back. Jiren we might not get back, unfortunately, due to time constraints, but we're definitely going to get Roman back eventually.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe a portal will just open and a tentacle will throw him out, and he'll land next to the party.
Bless you.
Just mid flight on her.
Yeah, just lands next to you all like, hi guys!
No, it's going to be basically, yeah, it's going to be out in front of Huru, and it's just going to be like,
Catch me!
Bonk.
like,
And then
where am I?
catches you in the mouth.
You have the Wile E. Coyote moment of, there's no ground beneath me. Uh-oh, I look
Yeah,
down.
just a sign comes up, like, oops.
Ouch.
Probably just as well if you're going to go around wearing a kilt, Varys. You don't want to be anywhere near tentacles.
I got chains.
Oh my god.
God damn it. You know?
And on that bombshell, we shall end the stream here. We'll see you guys next week. Take care,
Bye.
everybody.
So much for
Bye.
playing.
Really well.
I'll be back some point.
Bye-bye.